Welcome to the Wealth Dialogue. I'm Emily.
And I'm Jack. If we look at why people fail to reach their financial goals, the first answer is always, I just don't earn enough.
Right. Or I need a better budgeting app.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the data suggests something, well, something far simpler, and honestly a little more insidious. Most people don't fail at budgeting because the math is hard or because of their income. They fail because of one tiny, almost invisible habit they never, ever fix.
It's the silent killer.
It really is.
Yeah.
And, if you are that person who's sat down, spent hours making this beautiful color-coded budget.
Yeah, spreadsheet, the envelope system.
All of it. And that perfect system worked for, what, exactly 1 week?
And
then it just completely collapsed?
Yep, a fiery heap of forgotten takeout charges. I know it well.
Then this deep dive is specifically for you. We are not talking about complicated investment strategies today. We're not doing extreme savings hacks.
No.
We're cutting through all that noise to reveal the one single habit that our source materials say can save your entire budget.
And that's our mission today. We are moving completely beyond the math of personal finance.
Yes.
We are analyzing the behavior that underpins financial success. I mean, anyone can make a spreadsheet that adds up. The real question is why you stop following it after 10 days.
That's the failure point.
That's the failure point, and that's what we need to solve.
So let's tackle that failure point head on. Section 1. Why do traditional budgets feel like they're, almost built to fail us? We see this pattern all the time. High motivation on day 1, and then total collapse by the middle of the month. Why does that keep happening?
It really comes down to a fundamental misdiagnosis of what the problem actually is. Most financial plans, they're built on motivation.
Right.
And they require a tremendously high cognitive load.
That's an interesting phrase, high cognitive load.
Yeah.
What does that actually look like for our listener?
Okay, so imagine you get home. It's been a long, frustrating day at work. You're tired, you're hungry.
The worst combination.
That's the worst. And you see that stack of receipts on the counter. A budget built on high cognitive load says you now have to sit down, open your laptop, categorize everything.
Reconcile all the numbers?
Move funds between virtual envelopes, and then figure out if you're even on track. That's a lot of mentally taxing work.
Right. And you're saying that effort, that mental drag, is the real enemy here, not the spending itself.
Absolutely. Because motivation relies 100% on willpower.
Ah.
And willpower, as any behavioral scientist will tell you, is a finite diminishing resource. It's like a battery.
It runs out.
It runs out. The more decisions you make all day, what to wear, what to say in that meeting, what to eat for lunch, the less willpower you have left for that demanding budget task at 8 p.m.
So when the willpower is gone,
the budget fails. Instantly. The action it's asking you to take is just too hard, it's too long, and it's too mentally draining.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, the budget isn't failing because I spent $15 too much on coffee. It's failing because the system was so exhausting that my mental energy just ran out. I had no willpower left to say no to the coffee or to deal with the receipt later.
Precisely. The core problem is that budgets collapse when spending decisions become purely emotional reactions.
Reactions to what? Stress, fatigue.
Stress, fatigue, convenience, anything but intentional, mindful decisions. You've lost the connection to your goals because the system itself was too demanding to maintain.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So if motivation and willpower are, the wrong foundation.
No, your terrible foundation.
Let's unpack the alternative. Let's reveal this simple, powerful habit that the sources point to.
Yeah.
What is the game changer?
It is so simple. It's almost deceptively simple, and I think that's why people just ignore it.
Okay.
The habit that changed everything for our case studies is this: checking your spending once, every single day.
Wait a minute. Just checking it.
Just looking at it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, people are paying for premium apps. They're spending their Saturdays with spreadsheets, cash envelopes. And you're saying the most powerful move is just to look at the transactions once a day.
Yes. That sounds like less work, I know.
It sounds like way less work.
And that is the genius of it. And we have to be very, very specific here. We are not talking about complex tracking.
Okay.
This isn't deep financial analysis. It's not judging yourself. It's not complicated data entry. The habit is purely just looking.
Daily awareness.
Daily awareness. A 2-minute maximum check-in. That's it.
So why does that simplicity make it so effective? I mean, it goes against all the advice that says you have to be meticulous and track every penny.
Because compliance is everything in habit formation. If a task requires high motivation, you will fail. It's just a matter of when.
Right.
If the habit is designed to take 2 minutes, and it only involves looking at your phone's bank app and it requires zero mental effort, you can actually stick to it,
Even on those terrible, stressful days.
especially on those days. That daily awareness is the single strongest preventative measure against financial drift. It stops the small leaks before they turn into major floods.
Here's where it gets really interesting then.
Right.
Let's talk about the psychological mechanism.
Yeah.
Why does this simple act of looking fundamentally change your financial outcome?
The core principle is this: money problems grow and thrive in silence.
In silence and darkness.
Exactly. Think about the standard way people do this. They maybe check their bank statement once a month.
If that.
If that. You're looking at data that is 30 days old. It's a financial cold case. It's a transaction corpse. You can't do anything about it now.
It's too late.
It's way too late. And when you finally realize on day 30 that you have 5 overdraft fees or some random $40 subscription charge, what's your emotional reaction?
It's a shame. Panic.
Shame, avoidance, and then panic. And that emotion, that shame, causes you to shut down the whole process. And the failure cycle starts all over again.
It's a vicious circle. The shame makes you stop looking, which makes the problem worse, which then creates even more shame.
Exactly. But when you check daily, that entire vicious cycle it collapses. You catch mistakes immediately.
Like that same day.
That day. If there's a random charge, you dispute it on a Tuesday, not 3 weeks later when you can't even remember where you were. If you make an impulse buy at lunch, you're aware of it that evening.
And that keeps the budget alive in your mind. That's the critical difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's intentionality versus reaction.
Yes.
You don't have to rely on raw willpower to remember your goals when you walk into the grocery store the next day.
Yeah.
The memory of last night's check-in is like a gentle internal nudge.
It's a nudge, not a shove.
The source had a fantastic analogy for this. They said it's like weighing yourself during a fitness goal.
Oh, that's a good one.
You're not stepping on the scale every day to punish yourself for having a slice of pizza. You're doing it for non-judgmental awareness.
It's just data.
It's just a data point that keeps your conscious mind connected to where you're trying to go. It's feedback, not criticism.
That is a fantastic distinction. It's the difference between a delayed, painful consequence and immediate, actionable feedback.
Right.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, think about what this simple habit replaces in your emotional life. It replaces the monthly dread, the stress, the guilt, the panic when you realize you have no idea where $1,000 went.
The where did my money go question.
That painful, fear-inducing question, yeah. The person who checks daily, they already know, continuously, in real time.
And that shift, moving from a place of fear and confusion to one of knowing and control.
That's everything. It is fundamental to changing your entire relationship with money.
I think that emotional shift, the move from fear to control, that's the real insight here. So let's make this concrete. For the listener who is ready to drop the spreadsheet and try this 2-minute habit, how do they start today?
Okay, yeah.
One of the 5 actionable, simple steps.
We need to define this ritual in the easiest possible terms to really maximize the chance that you'll stick with it.
No friction.
Zero friction. Okay, so number 1, check your primary bank or credit card app once every night.
Every single night.
Every single night. Set a strict time, maybe right when you sit on the couch or before you brush your teeth. And here's the rule: 2 minutes maximum.
The time limit is key.
It's critical. If you're spending longer, you've slipped into categorizing or judging yourself, and you're adding that cognitive load we want to avoid. Just open it and look.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a habit, not a project. What's number 2?
Number 2, ignore the pursuit of perfection. This is the killer of all good intentions.
So sure.
At this stage, awareness matters infinitely more than perfect categorization. You don't need to rename the merchant from SKU Starbucks 123 to coffee. Just notice the total amount that moved today and where it went, generally.
Got it. What's 3?
Number 3, write down one number, today's final balance.
Just the balance.
Just the balance. Use a note on your phone, a little notebook, whatever. The simple physical act of writing that number down reinforces the habit. It makes the money feel real again.
And you see it changing every day.
You see it changing. It reinforces that connection to reality.
Okay, that's simple enough. Number 4.
Number 4, ask yourself one quick question. And the question is this: did I spend intentionally today?
Ooh, I like that.
It's the behavioral check-in. It's not about judgment. It's not self-flagellation. It is purely about reflection. It forces you to notice if you were just on autopilot.
Or if your spending was actually aligned with what you say you want.
Exactly. And that leads to number 5, which is maybe the most empowering step of all. Adjust tomorrow, not next month.
Wow.
If you look at your balance and realize, that delivery order was a huge mistake,
Yeah.
The action is to course correct immediately.
So you don't wait.
You don't wait until the first of the month to fix the budget. You just commit right then. Okay, tomorrow I'm packing a lunch. Small, immediate adjustments.
That is a phenomenal framework.
Yeah.
It completely replaces the complex architecture of traditional budgeting with 5 tiny steps that just keep you tethered to reality every day.
Simple habits beat complex plans every time.
They really do.
And to show how powerful this is, we have a great case study from the sources a client will call Sarah.
Okay.
She had struggled with budgeting for years. She was highly motivated. She really wanted to save, but she kept hitting that willpower wall we talked about earlier.
She sounds like our archetypal listener. What did her previous attempts look like?
Total exhaustion. I mean, she tried everything. Color-coded spreadsheets, the physical cash envelope system.
Oh, the envelope system is tough.
It's so tough. She used complex tracking apps, and she would always quit after about 7 to 10 days, feel completely demoralized, and then just spend the next 20 days in denial.
The classic pattern. Avoidance and denial until the next bank statement arrives and causes a wave of guilt.
Precisely. So we stripped all of that away. I asked her to abandon every single tool and just focus on one thing.
The one habit.
The one habit. Check her spending every single night before she went to sleep. That was it. No categorizing, no calculating, just looking.
So what happened? What were the immediate results of just introducing awareness?
The results were really striking because the mental block just vanished. She wasn't fighting a budget anymore. She was just observing her own behavior.
Wow.
Within the first month, she completely eliminated overdraft fees.
Which were probably costing her a lot.
A persistent and expensive problem. But here's the real insight. Within just 3 months, she had saved $1,200.
$1,200. Without earning more money.
Without earning more, without changing her job, and without adopting any crazy draconian spending rules. Just pure, simple, daily awareness.
That's unbelievable.
It was life-changing for her because the habit gave her the control back. She didn't feel restricted. The daily check-in allowed her to make these tiny course corrections.
That's holding off on a $5 coffee.
Exactly. Instead of waking up at the end of the month realizing she was $300 in the hole and needed this massive, painful correction, it was a small behavioral shift with a huge financial impact.
So what does this all mean? I mean, it seems like the most effective way to prevent your budget from failing isn't some complex financial wizardry.
Not at all.
It's just simple, consistent behavioral alignment. Your whole relationship with money can shift from fear to control with just 2 minutes a day.
That is the key takeaway. Knowledge is only valuable when it's understood and, more importantly, applied.
Right.
And the sources clearly show that awareness is the first and most critical step in application. If you are struggling, stop building complicated systems. Start building a simple habit that doesn't rely on willpower.
Face the daily reality.
Face the daily reality of your spending, and you will instantly empower yourself to change the outcome.
And for you, the learner, listening to this and absorbing this insight about consistent feedback, I want you to think about this. If awareness alone can stop $1,200 in unintentional spending over just 3 months, what other silent areas of your life are you letting grow unchecked?
That's a powerful question.
Your career learning, your relationships, your small daily goals.
Right.
What parts of your life are drifting simply because you haven't created a 2-minute intentional viewing habit every day?
Think about the leverage you can gain across your entire life just by implementing consistent awareness.